evening, everyone. We extend a warm welcome to our lovely audience. The COVID 19 pandemic is challenging us in many ways we could have never imagined. The sudden, rapid changes in the way we live, along with the uncertainties, needs a positive backup. We, the team of Palash Agni Studios, along with Nityanand Creations and Think and Ink, in this pandemic, are together with each one of y'all in a calm and constructive way, helping to find a path towards more resilient selves. Today, we have with us Ms. Shama Keni, who has her bachelor's in psychology from Chogule College and master's in clinical psychology from Jain University, Bangalore. She is currently working as a psychologist at Antarman Center for Psychosocial Wellbeing, Panji, and is also a part of NGO Foundation for Cognitive Neuroscience and Psychosocial Sciences. Shama, we extend a very warm welcome to you. You may now take over this session.
Thank you, Yuga, for introducing me. Good evening, everyone. As we all know, the topic I'm going to talk about today is sailing over the adversities of COVID-19. There have been very less focus on mental health impacts of it comparatively, and thus I will first talk about the adversities of COVID-19 on mental health, and then we will see how to deal with it effectively. There is a huge mental health cost due to the pandemic. It has been a situation of socio-economic crisis and psychological distress. It is a very difficult time where people are losing their jobs. All of a sudden, we are expected to stay home, distance ourselves from others, cover our faces, and so many other drastic changes. And all of this has led to many psychological problems and important consequences in terms of mental health, such as stress, anxiety, depression, frustration, boredom, uncertainty. Some of the common psychological reactions related to quarantine are generalized fear and anxiety. This is the first time we are witnessing a pandemic, and suddenly we were expected to change and adapt to the situation. Of course, it was difficult initially as there was a lot of confusion about what exactly it is and how to deal with it. But by now, we are kind of used to it and accepted it as our new normal. This virus being deadly, there is a constant fear of contracting the illness or transmitting it to our loved ones. So many people have lost their jobs and fear that they might not be able to feed their family. People are experiencing feelings of hopelessness and desperation and are associated with negative outcomes, including suicidal behavior. The feelings of worthlessness and guilt are something that can lead a person to attempt suicide without realizing that suicide is never a solution. Separation from our loved ones, loss of freedom, uncertainty, and boredom are some of the tragic effects associated with anxiety. So many youngsters are staying away from home, away from their family, unable to meet their parents, unable to meet their siblings, their spouse, and kids. So many people have lost their life. So many people have lost their loved one. And hearing a news like this or things like this just kicks in the anxiety, panic, and extreme fear. So there are a lot of mental health impacts. Constantly being in a negative environment has impacted the mental health of all the people. There have been impact on older people. Many of them are experiencing loneliness, boredom, panic. This is actually the time for them to relax and have some time for themselves, to travel around the world, spend time with family, meet their friends. And because of the current situation, they are expected to spend this time at home. They have been working all their life and suddenly are expected to do nothing. They are unable to meet their children who are away from home, unable to meet their friends. Many people also have their retirement plans, which really cannot be executed in this situation. But hold on, we can believe that this is going to get over soon. And let's hope that we will be back to normal life. There are also huge impacts on youngsters too. Some of them have to go for work to feed their family. Youngsters of this generation are used to going out, socialize, meet their friends, go for parties, outings, short trips, and so many other things. And that is something many of them use as their stress busters, which help them feel good and refreshed and forget some of the tensions or stress that they are dealing with. There are also demands of work from home, which can be really frustrating and challenging. I have got to know from many of my friends who are working from home that the amount of work given to them is comparatively more than what they do in office. There are already fixed hours working hours in the office where after those hours you are actually free. But when people are working from home, they are assumed to be free the whole day. There is increase in working hours in addition to salary cut, which brings in a lot of frustration, irritation, and of course, a lot of strain on eyes. There have been a huge increase in usage of time among youngsters, which is in turn associated with low psychological well-being, low self-control. They are becoming more distractible. There is low emotional stability. There are also COVID-19 impacts of on important family events like weddings or birthdays, baby shower. People plan their big day well in advance. Some people even plan every small detail about it. People are excited to execute it the way they want it. But when at the last moment you get to know that you have to postpone the event or maybe cancel it, which you had planned for some since a long time, it definitely is going to be annoying and frustrating. And it's okay to feel that way. It's completely understandable, but please remember that we need to prioritize our life more than any other important family event. Your family event can wait. The more precautions we take now, the sooner we will be out of it. And then you can share your big day with your well-wishers. So please wait for a few more days and then you can have your event just as you wished. Also, another thing I have noticed is that people do not want to accept that they might have contracted the illness and can spread it to others as well. People have their excuses like this is just an allergy or this is because of climate. But it can also be the virus. So please stop going to your relatives' houses or friends' houses just because you're bored. Because unintentionally or unknowingly, you might transmit the illness to them. It might be difficult for people to say no to you to visit them, but please understand the severity of the situation and don't visit your relatives or friends at this moment. And well, thanks to the technology, you can always do a video call and have the same good time. As we all know and see, there is a very, very huge impact on health workers. They are overwhelmed and draining themselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. They are dealing with so much workload, resulting in stress, compassion fatigue. Compassion fatigue is being tired of being strong. They are constantly working in the negative environment, watching people cry, watching people plead for help to save their life, their relatives or family members' life, watching so many dead bodies. And while already dealing with this trauma, They also deal with the fear of contracting the illness or transmitting the illness to their loved ones. All of us need to understand that they are the ones who are highly exposed to the virus and are working every day to save lives. There are many people who are affected and comparatively less people to handle it, because of which some of them are experiencing burnout. For some of you who don't know what burnout is, it is a state of emotional exhaustion that results from long-term involvement in the work situation that are emotionally demanding. It is also difficult and draining for them. They are also humans and not a machine. They are trying their best. So the least we can do is at least give them the respect that they deserve and be grateful towards them for providing services to all the people, keeping their health at stake. There are also psychological effects of COVID-19 on children. They may be, they are not recognized, or we don't realize it, but yes, there are. This includes fears of dying, fear of close one dying, fear of what it means to receive medical treatment. They are well aware about what kind of medical treatment is given, and they are isolated, that they won't be able to meet their parents for a certain period, and that kicks in a high anxiety in them. We have grown in a different environment by going to school, playing together, talking to each other, participating in events, participating in competitions, laughing and crying together, sharing benches, sharing our tiffins. Well, everything and anything was about being with each other. And now schools are closed as a part of necessary measures that has led children to not having sense of structure and stimulation that is provided by that environment. They also have less opportunity to be with their friends and get that social support that is essential for good mental health. While instructing your child to maintain distance from each other, please mention to them that it is just physical distancing. Let them know that this is going to get over soon and that they will go to school soon once this all is normal. Let them know that this is temporary. Since children are not able to go out to play or go to school, it has turned into an online thing. The alternative for not going out to play has been watching videos on phone, playing games online. So you as parents, make them learn new things. Indulge them in other activities like learning craft, gardening, or help them plant a tree, or help them in planting. For kids, help them in painting, make use of colors, sketch, or do different paintings like painting with your fingers, vegetables, or help them in glass painting, or watch some videos and help your child in making some best out of waste, or teach them some DIYs, and tell them that once this all is over, they can teach their friends what they learned in this period. So COVID also has some neurological and mental complications like delirium, agitation, and stroke. Many people may be facing increased levels of alcohol and drug use, disturbed sleep pattern, and anxiety. The time is difficult. Earlier, we used to go and meet people who were sick to check on them. We used to buy them juice, we used to buy them biscuits, and now we can't even meet people, we can't even hug them or hold their hand and say you will be fine. But we can definitely care for them in different ways. So if you know any COVID affected friend or acquaintance or relative, please ask them if they need anything, any grocery, medicines, or food. You can just leave it at their doorstep by taking all safety measures. Even if your family member is affected and is home isolated, please check on them, talk to them. Don't make them feel left out. Make sure that you give them some a glass of juice or a cup of coffee. Also, check on your friends, call them or text them to ask about their well-being. And most importantly, do not compare their difficult time with anyone else. Remember, every individual faces it differently. Refrain yourself from spreading negativity. Be kind to others and do not spread any news which is not from reliable source. If you're not sure about it, do not forward it because it only creates panic. So in this crucial time, it is very much essential that we need to find our own coping techniques in these difficult times. So I want you all to know that it is normal to feel stressed, overwhelmed, or even anxious or scared. It is necessary to acknowledge your emotions that you're experiencing, express them, and do not suppress them. It is helpful to engage with each other in these difficult times. For extroverts like me who like going out, meeting friends, it is really difficult to sit at home. But if you care for your friends, your family members, and most importantly, yourself, we need to stay home because the situation we are in is totally unavoidable. It's totally understandable that it can get extremely boring to sit at home. But trust me, it's the safest place right now for you to be at. It's way better to get bored at home than on a hospital bed. Being in this profession, I get many messages from friends, acquaintances asking for help or tips to deal with the situation. There are many complaints about feeling anxious, about fear or panic, and it's okay to feel anxious. Just remember to focus on yourself. You need to prioritize your own health. Avoid going out unnecessarily. Even if people call you names for not coming out, like calling you a coward, or some people might say that there is nothing going to happen, we can take precautions. Do not let these things convince you to go out. Because it's not a time to be khatron ke khiladi. There are many things you can do to reduce screen time or at home whenever you're free. You can develop a hobby or find your long lost hobby from your childhood and work on it. For example, sketching, gardening, you can write poems, or you can write stories, craft, etc. And as and whenever you encounter negative thoughts, just take a break. Take some deep breaths for a while, and it will help you become calm and reduce stress. Practice meditation for at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. You can also rearrange your house, rearrange your room or your wardrobe or cupboard. It can also help you feel good. Being in a different environment or a clean and neat place has a calming effect on our mind. Also, set a time limit for screen time and engage more with people around you. Talk to them, know their idea about their life. Talk about your happy memories together. Reduce watching news. Set an amount of time for watching news, because all we see on the news is how many people are dying, how people are looking for oxygen, how people are lying on the road. And this just is so much negative, and it does have a lot of impact on our mental health. Also, make sure you get your news from a reliable source. In your free time, try out new recipes. Try doing or making something you never did. Set some hours aside just to work on your career goals, developing new skills, or learning something new. Practice self-care. Have lots of fluids, healthy food. Practice breathing exercises. Do some exercises at home just to keep your body and mind active. Not asking you to lift any heavy weights. Also, make sure you have proper 6 to 7 hours of sleep daily. Develop a reading habit. Listen to music, dance to the beats of music, even if you're bad at it. Remember, you are doing it for yourself and not to impress anyone. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, write down your emotions or feelings that you're going through. Acknowledge them. Engage in activities which help you stay connected. watch or listen to something that makes you feel good. And that's how you take care of yourself and focus on your well being. We all know that the second wave of COVID is dangerous than before. So please take extra care. Follow all the safety measures. Wear mask, use sanitizer, avoid going out unnecessarily. Also take vaccination if you're eligible, and please take care. Also take care of your mental health. Try and follow what I suggested, and it will definitely help you fight your anxiety. Also, it will help you grow as an individual. Try this out because the situation we are in is really emotionally draining. So we need to take stand for our mental health too. I work at Antarman as a psychologist, and we at Antarman are a team of psychiatrists and psychologists with the aim to provide the highest quality of mental health and provide a safe space for individuals for self-exploration. So if you need any help with respect to your mental health, you can contact us. I'm leaving behind contact details at the end. Some of us, including me, also provide counseling services at discounted rates for those who cannot afford it but needs help. So feel free to contact us. I'm also a part of CNAPS, that is Foundation for Cognitive Neuroscience and Psychosocial Studies. It is an NGO that is focusing on mental health needs of adults, children, elderly, and school mental health programs. Also, I'm leaving some helpline numbers for COVID-related mental and emotional distress. Take care. Let's stay positive and test negative. Let's sail over these adversities bravely. Thank you and have a good day.
देव बरे करू क्षमाबाई. पी स्टुडिओच्या वतीन आयोजित ह्या सेलिंग ओव्हर एडवर्सिटीज ऑफ कोविड-19 अ सायकोलॉजिकल पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह ह्या विशयाचेर आमकां मोलादीक मार्गदर्शन दिल्ले खातीर आमी तुजे भोव उपकारी. आता वेळ आयला आमकां फेसबुकाचेर जॉईन जाल्ल्या कांय मानेस्तांच्या प्रश्नांच्यो जापो दिवपाचो. आमकां कांय प्रश्न आयिल्ले आसात. पयलो प्रश्न: हाऊ टू कीप अ पॉझिटिव्ह मायंडसेट ड्युरिंग दीस टायम्स?
First of all, set a limited time for the news you watch. As I said, they are showing a lot of negative stuff where you see people are dying, people are fighting for oxygen, and all the negative things. So it really have a very negative impact on your mental health. Count your blessings. Remind yourself that it is not going to last forever. Practice being grateful towards simple pleasures in life, like being able to breathe easily, being able to sleep in your bed, having a home, having food to eat, and even small things like a hot cup of tea, hot shower. I would also suggest to do some deep breathing that should help you calm down a bit if you're anxious.
दुसरो प्रश्न जो आमकां आयला तो: हाऊ टू डील विथ स्लीप इश्यूज बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड एन्झायटी?
I would say have a regular routine and stick to it. Sleep and wake up at the same time every day to stabilize your circadian rhythm, that is your sleep cycle. So practice bedtime relaxation. Avoid using your phone or laptop at least for an hour before bed. Do some exercise, but avoid doing it in the late evening. Do not drink anything that contains caffeine or alcohol post 7 p.m. And if you still have these issues continuing, then please consult a professional.
ओके. सो आमकां एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन आयला तो असो, what are some ways to cope with stress and fear experienced during COVID-19 pandemic?
All the things that I have mentioned in my speech just now, like developing a hobby, reducing screen time, reducing watching news, or even reframing your negative thoughts into positive ones would help. So when you feel that you're caught up in a fear of what might happen next, try and shift your focus to something that you can control. COVID-19 outbreak is something which is not in our control, but you can definitely take some steps to reduce your personal risk. So take all the precautions and remember to stay connected even if you're physically isolated.
Yes, that's all. हे 3 क्वेश्चन आयले आमकां. Thank you, Shama, and thank you everyone for patience listening. PA Studios always intends to conduct such online sessions on socially important issues like this. Your support in this regard will boost our morale. Thank you, dear all, on behalf of PA Studios for joining this session. We also thank Nityanand Creations and Think and Ink for being our partners in this endeavor. We all at PA Studios, under the able leadership of my Dada, Palash Agni, wish you a good time. Stay safe, stay home, wear mask, keep social distancing, and follow all the SOPs. Thank you so much.